Right now on this special early edition of Apple Valley News Now, a Kennewick elementary school employee created sexually explicit images of a child using artificial intelligence. The tip that led to the arrest of the paraeducator. Also ahead, new improvements could be coming to Richland's Reach Museum Amphitheater, the study exploring infrastructure and financial sustainability. Later, a Tri-Cities nonprofit will soon lay the foundation on a housing project, the $1.5 million Kennewick development supporting families in recovery. And Stacy's here.
Another beautiful spring day with lots of sunshine. We have some gusty winds. How long is this beautiful weather going to last? I'll give you all the details. Apple Valley News Special Edition starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now Special Edition, on your side.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Before our Seattle Kraken game, I'm Austin Reed. A quick note here, we are monitoring a rollover crash that happened on SR 240 between Columbia Center Boulevard and the exit to Edison Street, where our studio is located. So if you are headed that direction, traffic is backed up significantly. We are getting some information and we'll update you soon. So if you are in that traffic, first responders are in the area, so do drive carefully. Other news now, we are learning more this afternoon about a Pasco man who worked at a Kennewick elementary school. He's now facing charges after police say he used artificial intelligence to create sexually explicit images of a child. Richland PD arrested 54-year-old Kevin Royal Johnson on Monday at Cottonwood Elementary School, where he worked as a paraeducator. Investigators say Johnson used AI software to create explicit images of a 12-year-old girl. The case started with an online tip from Google to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
It's tragic. I mean, this child hopefully doesn't know about it, but it may be out there forever because it's on the internet now. There are means through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children where they might be able to remove some of the images out there, but you just never know.
Police say AI has made it easier for offenders to create explicit content, but with partnerships and new technology, they can digitally trace offenders. Departments are adapting with new training and tools. In the meantime, the investigation will continue. All right, turning now to First Alert weather. Our Stacy Lee is here. Another gorgeous day.
Beautiful weather. Are we loving this?
I love it.
Okay, we'll love it a couple more days and then it's not going to be terrible, but we do have some big changes in the forecast. Let's take a live look outside in Yakima right now. Again, it's breezy. Look at the camera up there on Atanum Ridge. It's shaking around, but although the wind is there, it's still a lovely day in Yakima. Let's see what those temperatures look like. It's 70 degrees with a feels like of 73. Winds are variable, 7 miles an hour, a little gustier as you get on top of that ridge up there. But again, overall, a nice day. Now, the windiest areas we've been seeing this afternoon are Hermiston to Pendleton, even up into the mountains, Cabbage Hill, Tollgate area, plus Ellensburg. We have a wind advisory there. That's going to be expiring at 6 o'clock. Look at the Dalles. We're seeing gusts of 40 miles an hour. So a little bit breezy today as we usher in temperatures a few degrees cooler than yesterday. Remember, we were close to 80 degrees today, hitting 73, but still a good 5 to 10 degrees above average. Planning your evening out, it's going to be gorgeous all around, nice and dry. Expect 40s and 50s by 10 o'clock. Again, that cooler air continues to move through, but still keeping us above the average and those gusty winds right on through the afternoon. All right, we're going to stay warm and dry through Friday. That's when things change. Chance of thunderstorms roll through the area, mainly impacting the Blue Mountains and the foothills of the Blues, but we'll be tracking that pretty closely, and then we'll see cooler average temperatures next week. Austin?
Stacy, we'll see you in just a bit. Thank you. Umatilla County Fire District 1 is highlighting a busy year of emergency response and growing demand in its latest annual report. New at 4 o'clock, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials about what those numbers mean for the community.
Umatilla County Fire District 1 says 2025 was a busy year, with its latest annual report outlining the department's activity and growing demand for service. The report shows the district responded to more than 6,000 calls last year across more than 200 square miles, serving nearly 48,000 people in communities like Hermiston and Stanfield, while also providing ambulance service to Umatilla, Echo, and parts of Morrow County.
We run over 6,000 calls a year out of 5 stations. 3 of those stations are or will be manned 24 hours a day. 1 station is manned during the day with our prevention division in Stanfield, with the 5th station would just be volunteers.
Officials say the report highlights not just the number of calls, but the increasing demand placed on crews, especially as emergencies happen at the same time.
About 70% of our calls overlap with multiple other calls. So we had, instances where we're getting 1, 2, 3, 5 calls all at the same time. And really, I think that really highlights the amount of resources that our community needs from us.
Despite that demand, Hunt says the district is seeing strong outcomes, including a cardiac survival rate above the national average.
We achieved about a 14% cardiac survival rate, which is actually above the national average, which is about 9 to 10. And that is, those people that have a cardiac arrest emergency that walk away with no neurological deficits.
Chief Stanton says one of the district's biggest challenges has been staffing, but a federal SAFER grant awarded in 2024 is helping address that need by funding additional firefighters and paramedics.
The program or the grant is to try to better meet the National Fire Protection Association standards for deployment and staffing. We were lucky enough to get a big grant, almost $7 million for 3 years to hire 16 people, and that's what we're doing to actually get Station 23 staffed, to get us a 3rd full station staffed.
District leaders say those additions will help improve response times and better meet growing demands for emergency services across the region. In Hermiston, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Leaders say the annual report also highlights ongoing funding challenges as service demand continues to grow faster than revenue. Back in the Tri-Cities we go. Richland's Reach Museum Amphitheater could see upgrades in the near future. The Richland Public Facilities District has launched a feasibility study to explore improvements aimed at expanding community use and attracting regional events. The Arts Center Task Force is leading the 12-week study, looking at everything from infrastructure needs to financial stability. The Richland Public Facilities District Board President Steve Wiley says the goal here is to make smart investments that reflect the community's priorities.
We've refinanced our original bonds, and that freed up sufficient capital to start planning for the next phase of the Reach development.
Community input will help shape the recommendations, and findings will be presented to the board for review. The study will guide possible upgrades that could support both small local events and larger regional programming at Columbia Park West. Breaking developments in the war with Iran. President Trump says he is dialing back threats to widen U.S. strikes in Iran to include bridges, power plants, and other civilian targets if the country agrees to a 2-week ceasefire and reopens the Strait of Hormuz. In a social media post just minutes ago, Trump said he would suspend attacks for 2 weeks if the vital shipping route is completely, immediately, and safely opened. He also claimed Iran has floated a workable 10-point peace plan that could help end the war. Earlier threats drew sharp criticism from Democrats and international leaders who warned targeting civilian infrastructure could violate international law. All right, turning now to more local news. A Tri-Cities nonprofit is moving forward on a housing project in Kennewick to support families in recovery. Elijah Family Homes says its cottage project on Jean Street has been in the works for about a year and a half, focused on more affordable, sustainable housing. The $1.5 million project will feature 6 new cottages plus an existing home, housing up to 7 families. Leaders say they have raised over $900,000 and plan to pour foundations soon. The goal is to provide stable housing after recovery recovery, reducing reliance on private landlords. The project also supports their broader recovery programs as they prepare to meet growing demand and help families transition out of treatment.
We want to make sure that we are supporting our clients where they're at with their children, not overwhelming them, not creating an atmosphere where they may hoard or collect a lot, because they need to be focusing on their recovery.
Officials say they hope to have the project complete by June, providing a new path forward for families. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now Special Edition at 4 p.m. New applications for facilities that house sexually violent predators may stop in Yakima. The council decision tonight that could put local voices first. And here are live pictures from our Skycam network overlooking Ellensburg and Richland. Stacey Lee is back with your full First Alert forecast. When are things going to change weather-wise? She'll tell you on the other side of the break.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Need to liven up your living room? Deck out your dining room. Beautify your bedroom. We've got just the thing during the spring clearance sale at Furniture Row. Right now, all clearance furniture is on sale throughout the store. Shop fresh new looks for every room in your home and save over 50%. Plus, sleep easy on the budget-friendly Colorado Queen mattress for only $6 a month. Shop the comfort, the style, the selection, the savings. The spring clearance sale, only at Furniture Row.
Back again, Jeff? Well, I'm future you. Our doctor figured out why your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back. It's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Apple Valley News Now invites you to walk with us at the Tri-Cities Great Strides, Saturday, May 30th, to help support the fight against cystic fibrosis.
Click on events at applevalleynewsnow.com for more information and to register. We'll see you at the walk.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Kraken Wild coverage begins at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
You're watching Apple Valley News Now Special Edition at 4 o'clock. I'm Austin Reed. Welcome back. The Yakima City Council is considering a 6-month moratorium on LRA facilities tonight. The proposal would temporarily stop new applications and permits for halfway houses and secure community transition facilities, otherwise known as homes for sexually violent predators. City leaders say the move comes as the state looks to site these facilities locally, while current city codes lack clear definitions and regulations. If approved, the moratorium would last through early October, as officials work to update zoning and business rules. A public hearing on the issue would also be scheduled for mid-May. We have a reporter at tonight's meeting, and we will bring you the latest on the decision tomorrow on Apple Valley News Now. In the meantime, the Richland City Council is holding a public hearing tonight on a moratorium involving LRAs. The city already approved a 6-month ban last month. temporarily blocking any new facilities, permits, or applications. Tonight's meeting starts at 7 o'clock and will give the public a chance to weigh in as the city works to develop long-term regulations during the moratorium period. This all comes after Kennewick neighbors stopped an LRA home from opening at 8th and Edison last month. A viral trend called bedtime stacking has TikTok users doing everything from snacking to skincare in bed. But experts warn it could hurt your sleep and even lead to insomnia. Mandy Gaither explains what doctors say actually works for better rest.
It's the place where your body's battery is recharged. Your bed helps you catch those Z's, but a social media trend called bedtime stacking has some using it for more than just sleep.
You spend a lot of time in your bed, some of which you're trying to be productive, and that's not productive for going to sleep.
Dr. Brian Chen with the Cleveland Clinic Sleep Disorder Center says bedtime stacking means you bring everything you need to get ready for bed to the bed. That could include beauty and skincare products, books, snacks, a journal, water bottle, or a laptop. This sleep habit is supposed to help a person get things done while allowing them to wind down and relax.
The sacrifice you're making is not perhaps going to sleep as fast as you could. So that could result in you getting less sleep, being more tired the next day.
Chin says bedtime stacking isn't all bad, especially if you need to be better organized or develop a step-by-step bedtime routine. But he says to think through what is in your stack and take away the things that may impact sleep.
This comes down to the tried and true, which is having a good routine and trying to activate that routine at the right times.
For those who struggle with insomnia, Chin says bedtime stacking should be avoided. Instead, he says to create a separate area where you wind down.
Where you become drowsy should be outside of your bed, and in your bed, you just sleep.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The doctor also says to focus on maintaining a sleep schedule, go to bed and wake up around the same time every day.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And oh, what a beautiful Tuesday it is. It's been a little breezy today, but take a live look out here in Richland. We've got the paddle boat there in port today. It's gorgeous, 73 degrees. The feels like is 75. Winds are variable, not quite as breezy here in the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities, although the camera is shaking a little bit. Our sunset tonight at 7:33. We've got high pressure keeping us warm and dry. A little bit of moisture in the middle part of Oregon, but that's staying to the south of us, and that's going to be the transition into Friday, where we're going to start to see some storms developing from the southwest coming towards our Blue Mountains as they do, which could lead to some thunderstorms. But let's talk winds. We're peaking our winds in Ellensburg through about 6. The wind advisory will expire after 5 o'clock, and then finally those winds will decrease, but we are going to stay a little bit breezy for the next couple of days. Elsewhere, the winds are 20 to 35 gusts now and again, but overall it's just been kind of a breezy, very pleasant day outside. The only unpleasantness we're dealing with is these high amounts of pollen, really off the charts for today and tomorrow. And then taking a look at the rest of the week, things are getting a little bit lower, but anything showing that red, that means we've got high allergens and pollens in the air. If you are an allergy sufferer, as I am, you want to take those meds. Temperatures in the 30s overnight down in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, 36 to about 37. So everybody's staying above freezing, but it is a little bit cooler tonight than it was last night. Overall, in the Columbia Basin, we'll see the upper 30s and lower 40s. For the foothills of the Blues tonight, we're going to be above freezing. Once again, the low 40s and the upper 30s for the rest of those foothills. Above average temperatures, but still on a cooling trend. So we're about the same as we are today for tomorrow. Still above average for a lot of us in the west, but a little bit cooler air coming down from the north. Here's what these temperatures are looking like for tomorrow, 60s and 70s. So as I said, just a few degrees cooler than we were today. Let's take a look at our 7-day planner. We've got clear skies. That's looking good. Friday, by the way, is Siblings Day. So start thinking about, maybe surprising a sibling. Heading into the weekend, that's when things change. We'll see gusty winds and chances of rain or possible thunderstorms. Not so much in the Columbia Basin, maybe a little bit in Yakima. We could see a slight chance of a thunderstorm there, but we're thinking we're more likely to see those thunderstorms towards the Tri-Cities and into the foothills of the Blues. So Saturday and Sunday is that transition of weather for us there. Hermiston also looking at some nice weather for the next couple of days. Those breezy to gusty winds and chance of thunderstorms as they will be coming up from the southwest. Here's what it looks like for you in the Walla Walla area, 60s and 70s. And then look at those temperatures, some of them dropping back down to the 50s. Now, the good news is for our early crops and our sensitive vegetation, most of the nights going forward are going to stay well above the freezing level. So that's good news. Here's Pendleton, also breezy. And again, that's a better chance of seeing an isolated thunderstorm, which could be bringing some lightning, maybe some light hail, or kind of keeping an eye. It's one of those springtime storms that happen, Austin, that comes up from the southwest and it likes the mountains and it kind of gets active. So kind of fun to track.
Yeah. So really, let's just get through.
This whole week is great.
Yeah.
It transitions a little on Saturday, Sunday, and then we're going to be cooler next week. So yeah, enjoy this. I'm going to call it faux summer.
Faux summer. I like that. All right, Stacey, thank you. Coming up next, volunteers in Yakima come together to combat hunger. The mobile market helping students succeed in the classroom.
Spring isn't just a season, it's a feeling. It's mornings that move you. Moments that stretch out. Laughter that lingers a little longer. And spaces that welcome everyone home. Refresh your living room, bedroom, and dining room with savings up to 50% off. Plus, enjoy up to 60 months, no interest financing. Visit a More Furniture showroom near you or online at morefurniture.com.
It's a brave face we put on. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Don't want to be any trouble. But sometimes we're not fine. Because getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we're human and we're aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. Anywhere, anytime. Call 988.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion.
We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
We're in this together. Sex and surgery all day.
Got this drive inside.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser General Surgery Center.
My daughter needs her father. Tell me what happened to Roman.
You were putting baby Chloe in danger.
Don't say my kids' names.
I'm trying to warn you.
Imagine handing a local family the keys to a safe, affordable home. It all starts with land. At Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, land is the most costly barrier to building affordable homes. Thanks to an anonymous donor and a local developer partnership, every donation is matched. We need to raise $370,000 to secure 3 buildable lots for future Habitat homes. Support thriving neighborhoods for generations. Donate today and your donation will be doubled to make an even greater impact.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal. He scores! Every save. What a stop! Every game. That's hockey, baby! Watch us defend the D.
Kraken Wild. Coverage begins at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. Mariners Astros first pitch at 6:40 Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks for staying with us. The Yakima School District and Second Harvest partnered once again to host a drive-through mobile market. Take a look. District officials say 300 local families received nutritious and fresh food with a steady flow of vehicles arriving throughout the day. Tonight, the district says, quote, supporting families beyond the classroom strengthens the foundation that students need to thrive in both school and life, end quote. There you have it.
Good stuff. Good news. Ending on a high note. We like to end that way as well. Stick around. We've got your reason to smile coming up next.
Kraken Wild. Coverage begins at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. And their offer makes you feel even smaller. Call me, attorney Mariana Morales. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Does that insurance company make you feel small? Tell them you got the heavy hitter and watch how big you feel. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday the 11th at 5:30 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, April 19th.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home. I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
We're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
We're in this together. Sex and surgery all day.
Got this drive inside. Obsession.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser General Surgery Center.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but want to move with more freedom. So I'm ready to jump in with Skyrizi. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation Educational Dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
A Kennewick neighborhood threatened with a sex offender home. Residents fight back and win.
We stood united.
Apple Valley News Now tells their story.
We wouldn't even found out about this if it wasn't for you and the guys out there.
Only one station, Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Decker Investigations.
Tonight, RJ Decker is all new.
Como se dice possible homicide?
It's being called one of the best new shows this year.
Try not to die tonight.
I will do my best.
New RJ Decker, tonight on ABC.
And welcome back to Apple Valley News Now, special edition. That means we've got something special coming up a little bit later. That would be the Kraken. We'll get to that in a second. Let's end on a positive note with your reason to smile. Take a look at that. That was just taken this morning.
Oh.
Cherry trees in bloom, and yes, that the boat's in dock right now. They take off a little later in the afternoon, so thanks to Alan for his morning walk and that beautiful photograph. Keep those weather photos coming. Use that QR code right there on top of your screen. Keep sending them in, and we'll put them on the air. So once again, thank you to Alan Ritter for that beautiful photo in Richland. All right, for tomorrow, temperatures are going to be a couple more degrees cooler than they were today. So we cooled down nearly 10 degrees today, and we'll see a couple degrees down, but we're still above average, about 5 degrees or so above average. Winds are looking much better tomorrow as well, only like 8 to 10 miles per hour for the most part. So again, we've got those gusty winds. They'll taper off tonight. Sunny, warm, and dry through Thursday. Then Friday night, Saturday, and beyond, we have a little bit of shifteroo, a little switcheroo. So a little bit of thunderstorms possible. Those are always fun to view in the springtime.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Stacey, thank you. Coming up next, the Seattle Kraken are taking on the Minnesota Wild.
That's right. So
time to release the Kraken. Enjoy the game, everybody.